Welcome to Perception versus Reality, Sports and Culture. Please enjoy this PvR interview, like our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You have a successful junior year. You're back on track after the ankle injury. You're feeling good about yourself. Going into your senior year, what were your goals, and what did you guys do your senior year? What were your goals as far as next level play? At that point did you see yourself as a next level player, or were you just gonna try to finish, get your degree, and just live life happily ever after?
Well, my senior year there was buzz because basically, like I said, our juniors, that came in with me and some JUCO guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had a lot of guys. So leading up to my senior year, it was to graduate. That was my most important thing. Mm-hmm. But you got that 2% rule that, 2% of guys actually only 2% actually make it to the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm thinking like, man, I don't know. If it's there, it's there. So, So I just went out and played ball.
So your goal, so going into your senior,
graduate.
So going into your senior year, your goal wasn't like, I'm 100% focused on making it to the NFL. You knew the statistics. You were aware of the probability of you making it was greater than not making it. So you were saying, hey, you know what? If I get the opportunity, I'll take it. But I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing on the field, and I'm gonna work my butt off and see what happens. That's smart, man. You don't hear many players say that. When I was at UAPB, I would see players who was on third string talk about how they was gonna make it to the NFL. And to hear you talk like this, like, first off, I want to point out to the listeners, if you listen to Jasper, this is why I say he has high character. He could have made this interview all about himself, but all he has been doing is praising his teammates and talking about how great of a team they had, talking about the coaches, pointing out how great the team was, not just how great he was. And I appreciate that. That shows you his character in his interview. Now, with that said, you play your senior year. How did you perform that senior year?
Well, senior year went great. Safety, again, I rolled down in the box. I was 6'2", 218 at safety. So,
big.
The scheme was perfect for me. I was free safety. So I rolled down a lot and I was free a lot.
Yeah.
I think we went 8-3 our first year in D1. We beat a lot of D1 teams, actually, D1 AA teams.
Mm-hmm.
And we hosted our first D1 game that year. Again, great team. Basically the same group of guys, great team. Great offense, great defensive guys, put up a lot of numbers.
Yep.
Again, defensively, we was ranked like between top 5.
Okay.
In like statistics and a lot of statistics that year, and also I believe the junior year.
Okay.
So junior year, everything was going great for me as far as that was just an all-out year for me actually.
So going into go ahead.
That made some big plays on defense, creating fumbles, actually cracked my shield on one guy. So that was like my biggest giddy up one year was that year was actually cracked the corner of my shield, like split.
Yeah.
After I hit a guy. But that year was an awesome year also.
So real quick, so you're going into your senior year, you're having a good year. You had a good year. You guys are D1. You playing against better competition, and you still performing at the same level. Go 8-3, which is great in D1. And you outside of football, life was better for you also. Were you engaged or married your senior year?
I was actually married my senior year.
So you're married?
Yeah, that summer.
Okay.
That summer of my junior going to my senior year.
So you're married going into your senior year, which is responsibility, which is making the good choices, which is another thing that points at your character. So you got everything, you got your head on right. You're getting ready to graduate. You're doing everything the right way. All right, so now you finish your season. You're 6'2" guy. Between 215 and 220. You look like a pro safety. You play like a pro safety. I know you didn't go to the combine. You played in an all-star game. Tell me about the All-Star game and just give the listeners a good look inside of how, from the end of your senior year to getting ready to see if you can play at the next level? How was that? Your pro days, your All-Star game, any agents or any scouts you talked to? Just give us an idea for those who like us that haven't had that experience.
I mean, my senior year, we had scouts in and out because so many guys on the team actually was basically good enough to make an NFL team. So the scouts came it was like an everyday thing around there.
Yeah.
Just, such and such is here. You got New York, you got the Cowboys, you got the Saints. They're here. Oh, okay. You just keep walking because they were just rolling in and out because of so many guys on the team. After that year, after the senior season, I got invited to Virginia. It's called an East Coast Bowl. It's like a upper D2, D1 AA type bowl. So, that was the only one I received. So I took it.
Yeah.
That game, we were coached by a lot of CFL guys.
Okay.
So that was kind of good for those that didn't actually make the NFL.
Yeah.
And I actually came back to help me, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, that game went great. They actually let me basically do what I wanted to do. I actually returned some punts.
Oh, okay.
And I still played safety. So it was a fun game, fun experience. Go way out to Virginia, actually play an All-Star game. I still got my jersey, got it framed.
Okay.
In my man cave right now. And then after that, the agents start. You get the letters start pouring in. You getting letters at the campus like crazy. So you get letters, and then my objective, I didn't stop school. Yep. So I had one more semester to finish. So I didn't go train like that.
Okay, so you didn't drop out of school and go train and focus on.
No. Okay. No. My objective was to get the degree.
Yep.
So I didn't go anywhere to train. I just trained with my father-in-law actually here with weightlifting and stuff like that. So I found an agent. I went with him. Like I said, I got flown out. I met him out in L.A. and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then, after that.
How was your pro day, Jasper? How did you try pro day?
Pro day, yeah. Pro day was awesome. I actually ran a 4.49.
Oh wow, man! I didn't know you was that fast.
4.49 pro day.
I thought you was about a 4.55, but that's damn good. Yeah.
Yeah. So 4.49. I ran a 4.19, 5.10.5 shuttle drill.
Okay.
I ran a 6.97 L drill.
Okay.
And vertical jump was 39.
Okay, that's pretty good. Almost 40. How was your bench press? What did you do?
But yeah, so I had some pretty good. I done 20 reps at 225.
Oh wow, okay, that's good. That's good. That's really good for a safety, yeah. You have offensive lineman and defensive lineman.
So I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. That's actually a really good
but that's actually. And then for me not to go anywhere and just train big time, so it was like I said, I was fine with it. And like I say, it was Scout Central around there.
Yeah.
So after that,
go ahead, Jasper.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that your father-in-law helped you with your 40s also, because to run a 4.49 as safety, that's really good. Did he help you with your takeoff? Did he help you with your stance and finish your strong?
Actually, where I'm working at now, Parisi Speed School, I had started that with my father-in-law.
Oh, okay.
So teaching athletes to get faster and stronger. So I did about a month of that training before I actually went and done it. So I did use some of the techniques.
Okay.
To actually help me better my times, because before the end I didn't actually run them.
Yeah.
So I just went with it. Just got to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Just relax, and the adrenaline is going to take you so far.
Yeah, exactly.
So I tell the guys getting ready for the pro day that I train now, that adrenaline is going to take you places that you thought you couldn't even go.
Yeah, exactly.
With my numbers, I didn't even think of none of that stuff was even possible.
Yeah.
To me, and how stiff I am.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So now you finish your pro day, you have a good pro day, you had a good All-Star game. Now we know you're waiting for the draft. You didn't get drafted, but you did sign a free agent deal with the Dallas Cowboys. Tell me about that free agent deal. Tell me about the mini camp, and then tell me what you did after that as far as professional ball. Did you play in the CFL? Did you play arena ball? How many years? Just give us the breakdown of your professional career.
All right. So draft day, you know, I figured that I wouldn't get drafted because I came out basically in a year with a bunch of safeties that got drafted.
Yeah.
And I knew I being at a little school and there that big time D1 said it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to do is just wait around the phone. And so that's just what I did. And you want to take the first thing smoking because you're not guaranteed another call. Exactly. So the first call that I took was Dallas Cowboys. And they wanted me. So I was like, yeah. But then after that, I got two more calls. Oh, wow. One was Carolina Panthers, and the other one was the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
And so, but I was already signed with Dallas. So looking back to this day, I probably should have went with one of the latter two. But again, you don't know, so you have to go with what's going. Exactly. So leading up to that, I mean, I sign, I go out, and like I say, they put you up with all the other rookies, and you go to 10 mini camp, and at mini camp, you know, they have other guys in, but then they're cutting them down by the day. So it's like, oh man, this is real. Yeah. Like these guys didn't get a little signing bonus or whatever. It's just like they just bring them in and look at it. Yeah. And then, you know, one day goes by, you go back, somebody's gone, next day goes by, somebody's gone, next day go by, boom, my roommate's gone. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, this is real. This is straight business. Yeah. But I mean, getting acclimated with it, I mean, it's just something that definitely it's an eye opener. I mean, you pulling up to Valley Ranch. I mean, you got Julius Jones and Tony Romo and Curl Owens and Jason Witten and all those guys driving up in their fancy car. So me, I'm parking on the other side. I hear you. You gotta park on the other side. No, you don't want to go park by these guys. Yeah. But I mean, one thing about it, I mean, it was fun. I actually had the first interception of camp.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I actually had the first interception of camp, but I was also the only safety they brought in. So I was like, oh, so Roy Williams there, Ken Hamlin there.
Yeah, they had some good safeties there. Yeah.
I was the only one they brought in. I was like, shucks. But made the best out of it. So, again, who's the number one pick that year? What was I forgot his name from Purdue. Play linebacker.
Anthony Spencer, yep.
So, yeah. So, man, we just a big and said. Then I started rooming with Alan Ball from Illinois.
I remember Alan Ball.
I mean, it was just a big experience, man. Those guys, good guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, we hanging out. Probably it's crazy because you got guys signing $multi-million, signing bonuses, and me. I ain't saying I signed a $multi-million one, but you know, we all hooping. Like exactly. I mean, you know how much money y'all got invested in, and we out playing, just running the basketball court. Exactly. But I mean, the experience is just, it was great, man. But the playbook, I would say, man, that stuff it was an eye opener. I'm used to man, you got free, you got this, you got free. Yeah. I'm going from 3 to 4 basically spots to I gotta be at this spot, if this go here, and that spot, and that goes there. Yes. So it was extensive, but you had to spend some time studying it. So I see why they had you do that Wonderlic test too.
Exactly. Exactly. How fast you pick up.
I mean, it went on. I went all the way up to training camp, and then boom, you get that meeting.
That knock on the door.
Wade Phillips.
Yeah. So
again, I was the only safety. Bad choice, but I mean that was the only thing that I went with. But the experience was great.
How far did you make it into camp? How far did you make it into camp?
Like the first day of training camp, basically, like right before training camp, actually.
Okay. So you got all the way up right before. So you was at the mandatory mini camps and all those things.
Right.
Where the veterans come in. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Right. That's a good experience too, because you really experienced that. Now, what was the next thing you did? Did you go to the CFL or to the arena football or what?
So next thing, there was supposed to have been like this new league called the AAFL. So it's supposed to be like some southern teams like Arkansas, Florida. I know Peter Ward supposed to be on the Florida team.
Yeah.
And basically I was set on that team because NFL, agents and, if you ain't got no big name, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So I just stuck with that, and that league didn't make.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'll give it another try because, I'm sitting on a degree and married and everything's fine. Yeah. So I decided I said, they holding up one of the CFL guys that was the coaches of one of my team, an all-star team, invited me out to Florida to try out for a CFL team. So I said, they're going to fly me out, fine, cool. I went out there, and it's fine. So I can tell any guy that goes to a lower division school or anything that they can be better than any other person at a higher school.
Yes.
Because I actually went out there, and I'm going against guys that went to Oregon State and Florida and Virginia Tech. Those guys are good, but you're just as good. Like, I literally locked down everybody that were actually out there. And that's how I actually got to Winnipeg. Winnipeg. So, yep. So after the NFL, AFL folded, and I went to CFL in Winnipeg.
Okay. And how long did you do the Winnipeg thing? You did it for a year or two?
No, actually, in Winnipeg, I was there for 2 months. Mm-hmm. The Winnipeg didn't go. For one, I didn't like Canada. It was just cold.
I figured it would be
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I say, I'm married. I done left once, and then AFL didn't fold, and I left again for CFL. So it was just really cold, and I played 4 games. I think it was 4 games. I was special team guru.
Yeah.
I'm like laying guys out left and right.
Yeah.
But then, it was new coaches coming in, and I was actually designated to the practice squad. Yeah. And CFL practice squad is nothing like NFL practice squad. So actually, I sent myself home because I said I can make way more than that at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Than staying up here and taking a chance. Some guys, they can take a chance and, they can actually make it back to the NFL. But me, like I said, it wasn't a big dream of mine. My dream was to get my degree.
Exactly.
And so I sent myself home. I said, no, I'm not doing a practice squad here. I said, y'all can. I just literally went up to him and said, y'all can send me home because I'm not staying for practice squad and practice squad pay. Yeah. Knowing, I know I'm better than practice squad, so I better just go home and work than just sit on practice squad. Some guys wouldn't do it, but again, it was never my dream to do that.
Exactly.
I just had God's ability to put me where I was.
And looking at you today, it looked like you made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? To just go ahead and move forward. Now, so you with the Cowboys. You play a few. You do the voluntary mini camps with the Cowboys, the rookie mini camp, and the mandatories. You make it to the first few days of training camp, and then they decide to move on because they had 2 all-pro safeties back there, which is understandable. And you go to you try for the CFL, you do good, you get invited to Winnipeg, you go out to Winnipeg, you play 4 games, they try to reduce you to the practice squad when new coaches come in, you decide not to. At this point, you pretty much just saying, I'm done with football, right?
Oh, yeah. Football was fine. I was fine with it.
Yeah, you
get asked a lot. Do you still look like you're in playing shape? Yeah, I look like bones old.
Yeah.
And football takes a toll. So, yeah, after that, I just got to shut it down. I didn't want to do arena. Like I said, it has to be some guys love it like that. My deal, I didn't have to play football anymore.
Exactly.
So,
and you,
I was fine with it.
To me, you did what you set out to do. You started in the 7th grade. You worked your way into a superstar in your 11th grade year in high school. You dominated your senior year. You got multiple scholarship offers. You played great in college. You made all-conference teams. You made all-stars. You led the team in tackles and interceptions. You won conference titles. You did everything. You got a chance at the pros. You signed a free agent contract. Those are things that always be with you. Now, you've done all those things. You've accomplished everything. Now, the last leg of this is how you have a great training program. You're still in tip top shape. Look, like you said, you still look like you can play ball. Tell me about your training program and where it's located and everything as we finish out this interview.
All right, right now I actually teach school. So I teach school throughout the day.
Okay.
And I actually train in like early mornings and in the evening. So I train at the facility that actually it was up and coming when I did mine. So I'm teaching the same techniques as Parisi Speed School in Conway, Arkansas, on Hogan Lane here.
Okay.
So I've been there basically ever since '07. So I got back from the Cowboys and went here, and then I went to CFL, came back, and I got my job back.
Yeah.
For like 12 years. I mean, I trained a lot of Conway's top athletes. I mean, fitness boot camps. We're working on speed, agility, strength, flexibility, coordination, all the training, basically the whole athlete.
Yes.
Because most people do sport-specific things.
Yes.
So just shooting a basketball or swinging a baseball bat or just throwing a football is not training the whole athlete. You need speed, you need agility, you need flexibility, you need coordination. And a lot of parents don't think that they need that, but it's such a vital asset to the actual athlete as a whole.
Yes.
So I do a lot of that, and like I said, I've been doing it for a while. And, I mean, I trained hundreds of Conway athletes, and actually Central Arkansas area athletes. So right now I'm working with guys from UCA and Arkansas Tech, getting them ready for their NFL Pro Day. I mean, I'm basically teaching them the same things I learned with some newer tweaks to it, new research on it. But it's a franchise with over probably 100 locations now worldwide.
Okay. So this is your, and let me cut you off right there. So this is your business, or are you working with someone?
I'm a training director here. So, I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, but no, it's not actually my business. Most people think it is, but it's not actually mine. Okay. But I'm just there a lot, and I'm doing a lot of training, and I post a lot of videos and information online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. You post a lot of videos. I see the training of the young athletes. And I mean, if you're a parent out there, you're in the Central Arkansas area, if you're in not just Conway, but if you're in Little Rock, if you're in Hot Springs, if you're in Benton, if you're in North Little Rock, that's a 30-40 minute drive. Even if you go a couple times a week to take your kid to this training program with Jasper Johnson, and if you could find him online as the Shoe Junkie Fitness. Just look at his videos and see what he's doing. He'll train your kids. I mean, he will get them ready at all ages, right, Jasper? You would train youngsters, right?
Start at 7, but if they can handle it at 6, we use it. I start at 6, but usually 7.
Okay.
So 7 all the way up to adults, personal training. I do it all.
And that's a good thing because I mean, that's great. And what subject are you teaching in school? And what school are you teaching at?
Right now I'm doing like middle school social studies. Most people ask why you got into teaching. Basically, I got into teaching for an advocate for people that grew up like me, like us. Yeah. You know, we need somebody to relate to.
Yes.
In the school systems. Yeah. So I mean, I started off working with kids in college.
Yeah.
Like troubled teens in college, and so that kind of trickulated for me to go back to get another degree so I can teach.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
Okay.
So right now I'm still teaching and I train, but soon to be hopefully assistant principal somewhere. So I have my degree for that.
When you become assistant principal, and you don't plan on stop training, right? That's something that you're gonna forever do, correct? Even if you become a principal.
Yeah, training is life. I mean, weekends or whatever, that's just part of my life. So that's just me.
Okay. And I want to let everybody know before we end this interview that Jasper is a shoe junkie. Jasper has one of the greatest Jordan collections I've ever seen in my life. I watched Shoe Hustle on Facebook, and I swear Jasper could compete with this guy as far as it comes to Jordan collections. And Fernando, my stepbrother, he's an avid collector. He has over 50, 60 pair of shoes, and even he told me like, man, I don't even compare to Jasper. You know what I'm saying? I don't even compare to him. Where do you get these shoes at, man? And who is your plug? I'm starting to kind of get into it. I was a boots dress shoes guy.
Man, I'm my own plug. I don't have a plug.
Like 3 weeks ago.
No, man, I'm an online guy. I don't even really go to malls. I don't really go to stores, actually. So whatever I order, what I get, it's usually, sometimes it's here, but I don't deal with the household people.
Yeah.
And, you know, people can get crazy over Jordan. So I'm an online guy, and I got some guys. We kind of work together.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Do you use StockX? Is that a site that I could trust? Because I'm kind of getting into this now too. And somebody told me don't trust StockX.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, it's a give and take.
Okay.
And you can do that or you can do eBay. So which one you gonna trust?
So eBay is one where you know you're getting legitimate shoes versus StockX.
No, not necessarily. StockX actually checks. They send them to them, and they supposedly check them, authenticate them before they send them to you.
Oh, okay.
eBay, you know, StockX is a third party. So you order, you ship to them, and they ship to you. eBay, they just go from the person to you.
Oh,
so StockX actually makes sure that they supposedly are real, but you know, nothing's perfect.
Yeah, I got kind of nervous when I was watching that show, Sneaker Hustle, on Facebook, and a guy came in and he had like 3 pair of sneakers and he wanted to trade them in to get some more sneakers, and the guy was like, man, I'm sorry to tell you, these are like fake, you know, look at this and look at that. And the guy was like, oh man, my parents gonna kill me, I spent like $1,500 on these 2 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, I kind of took a step back then, like, man, I can't tell if a shoe fake or real. I said, that shoe look real as hell to me.
Yeah, the fakes are getting really, sometimes fake look better than the real thing. But yeah, usually I'm able to get mine from the authorized dealer, Nike or Foot Locker or something like that. So mine's coming straight from them. Okay. So I don't have to deal with all that. And plus, I don't wear all the shoes. Yeah. I just buy them and hold on to them. I wear some of them, but no, I don't wear all of them.
Your son say same.
That's the old habit.
How was your son in sports, real quick, man? Give me like a 30-second rundown. What sport is he playing and how good is he? Do you see potential in him?
Well, my son, he's 8 and currently he's playing baseball, starting off like me. Yeah. So, I mean, he's not really into sports. I mean, it's 2 totally different lifestyles growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of mend that. You know, we grew up a little rougher. And now exactly. You know, I'm blessed to have the things that I have, and he's a little quiet and not really into it. Yeah. But currently he's on a travel team, and they actually won second place.
Yeah, I saw that.
Actually yesterday in their first tournament. Yeah. So yeah, he got some work to do, but he has a nice bat. Yeah. So he has a pretty good stick on him. So I'm gonna stick to them push-ups. And I'm gonna have him right. So I'm not gonna over push him or anything. But if he tell me that he really want it, then that's when I'll turn up the body. But other than that, I'm not gonna make.
Are you going to try to push him away from football, knowing the dangers in it now with the CTE and all that? Or if he want to play, will you let him play?
If he want to play, I think I may let him play. But right now he don't, and I don't force it on him. Okay. Because like I didn't play football the 7th grade year, but I don't see him playing football. It's probably going to be basketball and baseball.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right, Jasper, man, I appreciate your time. You know, it's good to just sit down and talk to you, man. We grew up together. You know, we played on the same junior high team together, on the same high school team together, baseball, football together. We played at Dalloway High School, sandlot ball together, tackled each other, you know, raced each other our whole lives. And just to hear your story and your background. And like I said before we started this podcast, just to look at what some of the people have done from our community when we were growing up. A lot of us are successful. You're a successful teacher. You're a successful trainer. You train athletes. You train people. You know, like I was able to go to school. I made the decision to leave football and get my engineering degree. And I've been working with the railroad. And now I'm on the other side of manufacturing with GE. So, and I look at Portia, your sister, how well she's doing. Fernando is a regional manager with Sprint now. It's like the way we grew up. it was set up for us not to succeed, and all of us was able to get out of there.
Right.
All of us was able
Exactly.
to succeed. So that's a good thing. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you. I want to make sure everybody out there know Fitness Shoe Junkie Jasper Johnson. Go follow him on Instagram. And thanks for your time, man. Appreciate you.
All right. No problem. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the PvR Sports Podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch new episodes and PvR clips. Like our Facebook page and share with your friends if you enjoyed this podcast. As we say in the South, catch you later.